Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Greta. This will be a short practice to help us open up the power of the heart through a little bit of gentle back bending, including a couple of dancer forms, and it's a pretty intermediate practice, pretty all level friendly, really, and you won't need any props for it. The great Buddhist teacher, he's a meditation teacher and an author named Jack Kornfield, said that if your compassion does not include yourself, it is not complete. And so let's practice to really open up our compassion for ourselves. Now please come to a child's pose. Start an extended child's pose with your big toes touching, knees a little bit wide. Reach your arms out and then bring your hips back to your heels. Take 3 deep breaths here to just settle into your practice, to connect to your body, and to connect to the energy inside of your heart on this day. And then open wide through your fingers, and as you inhale, rise to cow pose. So you lift up onto your knees, sweep your heart forward, reach up through your sitting bones. Exhale and round your spine to a cat. So just moving through the spine, connecting to the breath. Inhale, take your heart forward again, lift up through your sit bones. On your exhalation, fully round, expel the breath, tone your navel. One more time, nice and basic, moving with the breath. And this time as you inhale to cow pose, lean forward a little bit more, bend your elbows a little bit more, and really take your heart out in space. And exhale, round, and pull your hips almost all the way back to child's pose, but not quite. Inhale, sweep forward again to this cow, way out, because compassion also takes courage. And as you exhale, round, and pull your hips back almost to your heels. Once more, come forward, bend your elbows, take your heart forward. Keep reaching with your heart and bend your elbows, lower your heart to the floor and your chin. This is called 8-point pose or Ashtanga Pranam. Lower your hips down. Inhale, rise to cobra. Could be a low cobra or a little bit higher, whatever feels best in your body. Stay heavy through your pelvis, strong with both legs. Sweep your heart through. And exhale, lower down. Tense your fingertips a little bit wider. Bend your elbows. Inhale, rise up into gecko pose. Draw back through your shoulder bones. Draw back to the sides of your throat. And then exhale as you take your left shoulder a little bit forward and turn and twist. Look to the right side. Inhale, sweep back to center, shoulders back. And exhale, start to turn and twist. Look a little to the left side. Inhale, back through center, shoulders back, throat back. Sweep forward through the heart of compassion. And exhale, come all the way back down. Draw your hands beneath your shoulders, spread your fingers well, tuck your toes, and push up into plank pose with your knees still down. Squeeze the floor with your hands. Take a nice full breath to lift more to the back of your lungs, the back of your heart. You can keep your knees down or pick them up, and you're in a high plank pose, Palakasana. Just take a moment here as you fully connect with and acknowledge the strength inside yourself. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, pull your hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. In dog pose, lift your heels up a little bit. Bend your knees a little bit. And then with your knees slightly bent, you can fully reach up with your pelvis, get a big lift and length for your spine. Take a nice full deep breath here, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And then slowly walk your feet forward all the way up to your hands, Uttanasana. Separate your feet apart, hips width, spread your toes, micro bend your knees, and just fold into yourself. Use the breath to befriend yourself, really sending your breath into any places of tension or static or lethargy. And move the breath of compassion to every single part of your body. Inhale, rise halfway, get length in your spine, draw your low back in, and exhale, fold. So as we rise again, halfway lift, hands can be on the floor or up on your shins, sweep your heart through. And exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, make an offering forward of your heart. Press back a little bit with your thigh bones. And exhale, fold into yourself. And now take your hands to your hips, lift your shoulders, lift up to the tops of your ears so your whole back feels really strong. Ground your feet and inhale, rise up to stand. Reach your arms overhead. Hold your left wrist, take a side bend to the right. You press down into your feet. Inhale, rise to center, switch your wrist. Exhale, up and over to the left side. Opening up the side to the waist. Inhale, back to the top, palms forward. And exhale, bend your elbows to cactus. Draw back through your shoulders, back through your throat. Then press your scapula to lift your heart a little higher. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, gather your hands to your heart. To wake up the power of the heart and the 4 quadrants of the back body. This next one is called breath of the heart. So bend your knees just a little bit. Bring hands to heart center. Press into your right foot. And now as you inhale, float your arms out like wings. Lift your left heel toward your left sitting bone and sweep your heart forward in space. Exhale, bring your hands together, left foot to the earth. Inhale, open through the wings. Lift your right heel, curl your heart forward. And exhale, come on back. Twice more to each side, really connecting to the flow of the breath, the expanse of the heart, and the strength at the back of your legs. One more time, we open it up. Really curl your left heel towards your left sit bone. Exhale, back to center. Last one. Inhale, free up from the heart, out through your fingertips. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale, reach to the sky, full stretch up. Exhale as you hinge your hips back and fold to Uttanasana. Rise to a halfway lift. Exhale, walk back to high plank pose. Spread your fingers, press into your finger pads, knees up or knees down, lower chaturanga. Inhale into a cobra pose. I like to take a high cobra, hips down, widen out your collarbones, keep a little bend in your elbows. And then exhale, sweep your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Deep, fluid, ujjayi breathing. So you're really connected here to the flow of your breath. Spike your heels up, and as you inhale, curl forward like a wave, one vertebra at a time into high plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Lift your heels, tone your navel, pull forward like a wave, high plank. And now as you exhale, draw your right knee all the way up towards your nose. Inhale, stretch, right leg to the sky, down dog split. Exhale, walk your right foot through between your hands and lower your left knee down. As you inhale, come into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Pull your feet isometrically together like you're trying to fold up your mat using your legs to help anchor your hips. Then use your breath, get more buoyancy inside, elevate your heart. As you exhale, reach your hands forward and then keep sweeping your arms all the way back. Pull your right hip back, straighten your right knee. So it's a hovering form of a half split, half Hanuman. Activate your leg muscles, a big self-embrace. Wrap your muscles to your bones, practicing the self-love, the self-compassion. Rebend your right knee, pick up your back knee, come into a high crescent lunge, arms up overhead. Turn your palms forward, and as you exhale, bend your elbows and find the cactus. Back through your shoulders, really propel and send heart forward. Keep reaching back with your arms. Activate your upper back muscles. Start to draw your heart forward and pull your right hip back. Straighten your right knee and come into a hovering form of pyramid. And then rebend your front knees, circle arms forward, all the way up, crescent lunge. And exhale, hands to your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, move like a wave to plank position. As you exhale, knees up or knees down, chaturanga. Sweep to cobra, low, medium, or high. Take your heart through. And exhale, tone your navel. Lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Lift your heels, moving with your breath. Start to roll through to plank pose, one vertebra at a time, really awakening the whole of your spine. Exhale, bend your knees and sweep your hips to the sky. Inhale, lift your heels, roll forward, high plank. And exhale, draw your left knee up towards your belly or towards your heart. Inhale, push it up and back. Eka, Pada, Adho Mukha, Svanasana, one leg up and down dog. Exhale, walk your left foot forward, bring your back knee down. Slowly rise up. So we practice self-compassion. There's nothing to prove, nothing to force. Just really opening, breathing, moving with your body, with your own energy on this day. Take another in-breath, lift a little more through your heart. As you exhale, sweep your hands forward, then start to draw them back. Straighten your front knee, flex your foot, and really hug leg muscles super strong. Bend your front knee, reach arms forward. Lift your back knee as you elevate up, high crescent lunge. Keep the buoyancy, keep the lift, and with your breath out, cactus your elbows. And keep reaching back with your arms like wings. Push through your front legs, send your heart forward, keep your shoulders back. So strong, straight legs, hug your muscles in to find the balance. Now rebend your left knee, reach your arms up again to high crescent pose. As you exhale, place your hands down. Please step into downward facing dog. From dog pose, bring your knees down. Stack your hips right over your knees so your thighs are vertical. Crawl your hands forward and then lift your shoulders up and start to melt the back of your heart towards the earth. This one's called heart chakra pose, Anahata asana. Sometimes it's called puppy. Keep lifting your shoulder bones, but melt your heart. Maybe take your forehead to the floor. Just notice if there's some thread of resistance or tension that you can soften and release. Lower your forearms all the way down, look forward, and kind of spring right forward into forearm plank pose. So you lift your knees up. Draw your belly in, front ribs in, lift the back of your skull into the space above you. And then from here, hips to the floor. Sphinx pose. Pull your elbows isometrically back, send your heart forward. And then use your left arm for support. Bend your right knee and find your foot with your right hand. You can pull your heel in towards your right sitting bone, coming into half frog, Ardha Bhikasana. Heavy through your right hip point, and sweep your belly, sweep your chest a little bit to your left. And release your right leg. Right, rejoin your legs together at the midline. Bend your left knee, find your foot with your hand and start to draw it in. So for a lot of us, there's a lot of tension and holding that happens through the quads and through the psoas. So be sweet with yourself. Give yourself some time here. Be patient. Stay with your breath. And just allow some thread of the tension to release. Okay. Release your left leg. Place your hands and press up onto all fours. Okay, round your spine like a cat. And as you inhale, sweep your heart forward, lift through your sitting bones, and now lift your right knee up behind you. And take your left arm, float it back, possibly hold onto your right foot, flare your toes, and then kick your right leg up. This is half bow. Right, hug your right knee more to the midline, lift up through your chest. Take one more deep breath. And then slowly as you exhale, keep your leg up, but lower your left hand to the floor. Inhale, reach up to down dog with your right leg up in the air. Exhale, draw your right knee to your nose, round, lift the sides of your waistline, step your right foot forward. Bring your back knee down, and like we did earlier, inhale up into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, follow the breath, reach forward, then reach back, come into a hovering half split. Inhale, rebend your front knee, push into the earth, rise up, lift your back knee, high crescent lunge. Palms forward. Exhale, cactus, airing out your heart. Then take your hands back like wings. Pitch your heart forward, straighten your front knee again. A little differently. Reach all the way back. See if you can interlace your fingers behind you. Otherwise, just keep reaching your arms back like airplane wings. Bend into your front knee. Push into it and lift your back leg up. Come into a form of warrior three. Lift your left leg, roll your left thigh internally. And now, if you want to try this one, it's pretty tricky, but it's a lot of fun. Bend your left knee, your top leg, reach back and hold onto your foot with both of your hands. Kick your left foot up so it becomes a form of dancer here inside of warrior three. And then slowly, you can release your foot, step all the way back. Take your hands to the floor and step into downward facing dog. Let's wash that one out by coming forward, high plank pose. Knees up or knees down, chaturanga. Inhale, ride the wave of your breath. Reach your heart through, up dog. Exhale, up and back we go to downward facing dog. And then lift your heels. Take that wave action, just articulating each and every vertebra. Exhale, take your knees down. Hips all the way back to child's pose. Right where we started. And just notice if anything's shifting, opening, awakening inside. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is not complete. Inhale, please rise to a cow pose. So on all fours, lift your heart, lift your sitting bones. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale again, cow. This time lift your left knee up. Reach back with your opposite hand, right hand, for your foot. Squeeze your knee to the midline. Then lift up through your heart and kick your leg back behind you. So the leg has to really work because the legs help to really govern the health of the low back. Okay, from here, lower your right hand. As you inhale, reach up with your left leg to down dog split. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Slowly draw your knee towards your nose, round, and step your foot forward. Bring your back knee down. Rise just behind your breath, up into a low lunge. Exhale, follow your breath. Reach your arms all the way back, hovering half split. Rebend your left knee. Pick up your back knee. Come on up, high crescent pose all the way up. Press into your front foot for more stability. Then cactus your elbows, opening up. Okay, keep reaching back with your arms. Keep the space, the freedom of your heart. Pitch your heart forward. Straighten your left knee. Start to hover in your pyramid. Press back to the tops of your thigh bones. And then reach around. See if you can clasp your hands. Otherwise, work with the arms like wings. And bend your front knee. Push into your left foot. Float your right leg all the way up into an airplane form of Virabhadrasana 3 form. Micro-bend your standing knee. Keep your head and heart a little bit higher than your pelvis. And then stay like this, or bend your top knee, reach back with one or both hands and find your foot. Then kick your foot up. Melt your heart as you lift up with the power of your right leg. And then carefully step it back all the way. Take your hands down. Downward facing dog, stretch it out. At the end of your breath, step or hop forward to your hands, Uttanasana, and rise up halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees, tone your navel, and roll up slowly to stand. As you get to the top, reach your arms wide to the sky. And exhale, bring them back and just connect right into your heart. Left hand to your heart center, right hand over that. Stand tall. Notice the flow of your breath, the movement of energy inside. How can you offer a little bit more sweetness and compassion towards your own self on this day. And then relax your arms and gently open up your eyes if they're closed. We've got one more little dancer form, Natarajasana. So for this, let's start by micro bending the knees. Spread wide through the toes. Push down into your left foot first, and then lift your right foot. Curl the hamstring like we did with the breath of the heart practice, and then find a hold of your foot with your right hand. Reach your left arm forward, kick your right leg back. Set your gaze on something that doesn't move. Stay soft with your gaze, soft with your heart, strong through both legs. Keep reaching up, kick your right foot to your hand. And then slowly right foot down, arms to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Second side, shift weight into your right foot, spread your toes well, ground your energy. And then flip your left palm, bend your knee, feel the curling of the hamstrings as you find your foot. A little bend in the standing knee is good for balance. Reach your right arm out, then kick your foot back. Sweep your heart forward and up. And stay with your breath. A little wavering is natural. Keep hugging into the midline. Stay strong through your muscles. And then slowly start to release it. Both feet down, arms up to the sky. Take a really big inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down over your legs. And separate your feet a little bit wider now. Bend your knees. Come into a low squat, malasana. You can bring your hands to a prayer. Just sort of bow a little bit towards your own heart, towards your own self. You can either stay upright through your spine, or sometimes after the back bending, it feels nice to sort of round into yourself. And from here, have a seat and stretch both legs out in front of you. Paschimottanasana, forward fold, spread wide through your toes, put a little bend into your knees. You can move the flesh back from your bum so that you have a nice seat. Lift up through your low back. Inhale, rise up. Root the energy of your legs as you reach and elevate your whole rib cage up. And then exhale, reach it forward. Paschimottanasana. Fold in. And allow yourself to slow down inside. Allow whatever happened in this practice to be perfect as it was, just enough. And whatever you did, didn't do, maybe release it, trust it. You can take your arms forward, ground your thighs. Inhale, rise again. And then gather your hands and bring them right down to your heart center. Release your hands and bend your knees. Bring your legs in and we'll just come to a comfortable seat. As you come to sit for just a moment, again, left hand to your heart and right hand on top of that. You can close your eyes and just feel inside. Maybe offer an inner affirmation. I love and accept myself exactly as I am on this day. I am ready and willing to practice being more compassionate towards myself and towards others. I will be patient and sweet with myself today. You can release your hands as you're ready and lie on your back to take rest in Shavasana. And I will leave you to rest. I thank you so much for your practice and for practicing compassion. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you like this video, then I hope you'll subscribe and keep practicing with me. Namaste.